Hi, everybody. 6 o'clock on a sizzling Monday afternoon, now early evening. You're looking at the unofficial high temperatures for today, meaning some of these may be adjusted upwards by 1 degree or so once the final report comes in. But so far, it looks like 102 in Portland after hitting 100 yesterday, 104 in Salem after hitting 103 yesterday, 108 out in the Dalles, which tied, I think it was Roseburg, for the hottest in the state of Oregon, and then 107 in Medford. So generally, it was hotter today by a couple degrees in most areas, not all, but in most, over 24 hours ago. And when we get these days with temperatures at 100 or better, that is when the National Weather Service uses the verbiage excessive heat warning. And that excessive heat warning is still up for the I-5 corridor from Medford up through Portland, up into Kelso, Longview, through the day tomorrow, through the evening hours of Tuesday, actually. The excessive heat warning is this brighter pinkish tone. It does include the gorge. The heat warning for the Dalles, Wasco County, and other parts of central Oregon up through the day Wednesday. Again, we talked about this yesterday. No warnings at the beach. You know, sometimes we get these hot days. They come with an east wind, and then the beach warms up to 90 or better, and they have heat advisories. But not this time. The wind flow pattern continues to be from the northwest, and the beaches have generally been mid 70s to low 80s again today. So that's really nice comfort. Heat advisory continues tomorrow for this orange area. And that, of course, is you can see the Cascades, basically. Okay. I thought we'd take a look at this. I talked about this verbally yesterday. So, two historic heat records for longevity. At one point last week, it looked like both of these could be met. It no longer does. So both of these will stand. For example, the record for the most consecutive 90 plus degree days in a row out of PDX is 10. That was back July 25th through August 3rd of 2009. I expect 100 plus tomorrow, 90 plus on Wednesday, and then Thursday will cool into the 80s. So that will end this particular heat wave at 7 days, starting July 4th and ending this Wednesday. 100-degree days in a row is 5, July 13th through 17th of 1941. This is one of those historic heat records that still stands from the decade of the 1940s, the Dust Bowl years and the heat waves that were just really something to behold. And some of those records still stand today. It's interesting that Portland also has never had more than 5 days of 100-degree heat in any calendar year. And it just so happens that back in 1941, all 5 of those days came consecutively. Anyway, we hit 100 yesterday, 102 today, maybe 103, about 103 tomorrow, and then that's it. So we're going to end this particular heat wave at 3. So the numbers are going to be 7 and 3, and the records of 10 and 5 will stand, as I mentioned down here. Okay, looks like that is going to be the case. Quick shout out to the Momentous Wealth podcast. Highly encourage you to check out the library of educational investing podcast. You can really learn a lot if you're following along on your investment funds and retirement and that sort of thing. Listen to on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, the Momentous Wealth podcast. Easy search, and you will find them. Okay, I wanted to touch on the big fire map real quick, and the news is good. You know, all this hot weather has come with perfectly clear skies. There has been no lightning, no convection, none of that. And we haven't had any big careless fires started either. So good news on that front. Notice the fires burning in Oregon and Washington are mostly in the central portions of the state. And the largest fire in terms of acres burned continues to be that Pioneer Fire up in north central Washington at 9,000 acres burned. Okay. All right. Let's get you going for what's happening. These are 6 p.m. temperatures. Already down a degree. Portland was 102 at 5 p.m., now 101. Beaverton 101, Wilsonville 100, Canby 105. Good grief. Even up in Woodland, it's 100. That gets a good grief. Scapoose's weather station obviously not working. Wish it was. That would be great. And down in Salem, 104 degrees at 6 p.m. this evening, even mid 90s out in Sandy. It continues to be a clear sky scene, including the coast. There's the Channel House at Depot Bay, looking up 101, out in the Gorge and Hood River, Persimmon Country Club on the up in elevation out in Gresham, Willamette Valley Vineyard south of Salem, the Dundee Hills in Yamhill County. The Camas Meadows camera is not working. We're trying to get that up. A little bit of cloudiness in Sun River, but they had a mostly sunny day with temperatures right around 90 degrees, even in Sun River. Good grief. Clear in Oregon City. Let's see here. Clear up in Kelso, Longview from Three Rivers Golf Course. There's the inn at Ottercrest in Lincoln County, and there's downtown Portland. We expect to see mainly clear skies again tomorrow. I will hold out the chance tomorrow for the first time in a while that there could be some early fog pockets along the coast. We'll see if that happens or not. The flow pattern is increasingly northwest a little bit tomorrow, it looks like, along the coast. Okay, here are the other current temperatures. 105 in Medford. Again, these are 6 p.m. numbers. Wow, 94 up in Seattle, 103 out in the Dalles. So I've gone over and over what the setup is. The heat dome that right now is centered over the state of Nevada, and we're on kind of the northwestern corner of that heat dome. We have one more day of getting up into the hundreds, and then we'll break the extreme heat on Wednesday. So I don't want to go over any of that. If you're really interested in the setup, my last two videos really give you some good detail. So let's just get into some forecasts. Medford, 109 tomorrow would be the warmest of the bunch, if that's true, for you folks down in Southern Oregon. Still 100 or better all the way through Sunday, and near 100 on Mondays. That's not much relief for you folks coming up. Over in Bend, 105 tomorrow. Good grief. Really, good grief. 99 on Wednesday, 95 Thursday, back up to 100 on Friday and Saturday. That's a hot forecast as well. That's Bend from the National Weather Service. Seattle's 94, typically not as hot as Portland. There'll be 96 tomorrow and then cooling down at upper 80s on Wednesday, and then a nice cool down to 83 on Thursday, staying in the 80s until next week. North Bend, this still goes mainly 60s, mostly sunny, all dry. Shows some breezy conditions on Thursday. Up in Astoria, 81 today, near 80 again tomorrow. This shows 78, and then 70 on Wednesday, and then near 70 on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So all dry. There's no rain in sight on any of the forecasts. What's the Dow's expecting tomorrow? 109. They were 107 today, 109 tomorrow, and then cooling down to 99 Wednesday, 96 Thursday, but staying in the 90s and staying hot. Okay. Here's Portland's 7-day forecast. No big changes to this from 24 hours ago. I had us at 103 today. It looks like the high is going to be 102, maybe 103. Tomorrow, 103. If anything, it could be a degree warmer. It could be 104. We'll see. That will be a record high again for tomorrow's date. And then Wednesday, no record, 93s. We take the edge off. Now, the excessive heat warning will expire tomorrow evening for Portland, Salem, and Vancouver, but and it's up to the Weather Service. If you go by what their criteria is, you would expect them to have us under a heat advisory on Wednesday. It'll be the 7th consecutive 90-degree day in a row. Obviously, areas are folks who don't have AC. Their homes are still going to be really hot. Thursday, no watches and no warnings. Everything will be dropped as we'll hold in the 70s. It's still going to be warm. And if you are watching this and you don't have AC at home, you rely on some fans, upper 80s, still warm. And it looks like upper 80s into Saturday, maybe a 90-degree day Sunday. And then I show 86 Monday. Now, I still show some significant cooling coming in Monday night, Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. The daytime high is closer to about 80 degrees. So that would be more comfortable. And before I let you go, at least a couple of you have commented on my summer outlook that I came out with. And you may remember that did a really good job for the most part for the month of May and the month of June. It was a nice, decently wet, decently comfortable first 2 months, May and June. Projected 6 90-degree days in July or better. Looks like we're going to be above that easily. Projected only 0 to 2 100-degree days for the entire summer. And if we hit 100 tomorrow, I think we will, that will blow that away. That will be the third one already. It doesn't mean we're going to have any more. Let's hope we don't, but it's early in the summer season. So I get it. You know, feel free to criticize. Part of getting better at seasonal forecasting is to do your research, put your numbers out there of confidence, and learn from them whether or not they were correct or incorrect. It's all part of the game. It's the way it goes. For now, thanks for subscribing. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill, and I will talk to you soon.